Hi, my name is Oleg Kareus, and today I would like to present to you a 5-step process which will help the person to get unstuck and have more clarity in their lives. Before I go any further, I would like to invite you to listen to this video like you're watching a movie. Relax, no notes are required to be taken. Just listen for insights. Look for what can you see for yourself and what I'm saying. How can you use this process to get more clarity for yourself? And in this way, you at the end of this video, you may have an insight. The possibility is quite huge. So I will make sure I will address it during the video. Now, the first process and how to get unstuck is challenging identification. It's quite normal, right? It's quite logical. In order for us to find out where we are stuck, to identify what the challenge is quite important. And what's interesting and necessary to notice in that instance is the judgment you have around that discovery. For instance, you discover that you're not authentic with yourself, or you're too afraid to express yourself. So when you identify that, this is the moment of embracing that without fixing, just noticing. Am I really afraid of speaking up? That's okay, right? We all are. This is the interesting part. It's not the time to judge yourself. It's the time for identification. Just notice. So let's move to the second point, which is crystallizing the priorities. Now, by knowing what your challenge is, you start thinking about, what do I really want? What are my priorities? And when you identify your priorities, for instance, you value spending time with your family. Now you know what drains you of energy and what gives you energy. For instance, if you have time, and that this time is designed to be spent with the family, which will give you more energy in your life, you will become someone who keeps his word, is engaged with his priorities, because those priorities are embedded in the foundation of who you are. Then you can create a space where you are with your kids fully in that moment, instead of running away because you are too busy, you are behind that project, you're too afraid. You're spending time on the things that drain you of energy. That's why the priorities are important. By identifying the priorities, you literally know what is important to you. So let's move to the next point, which is changing the perspective. Can you see? If you know now what you want, you know what your priorities are, your perspective changes automatically. Because you now can see, no, I don't follow my priority. I'm not engaged. I'm not standing for what I want. Maybe I look too much of internet, or my phone is a distraction rather than giving me a way of being, rather than helping me to get engaged in my life. So you can make a choice in that moment. So the choice is obvious. You spend time with things you like doing. So this is why it's important to understand, to identify what you want. Now you have a clear idea what you want, right? And see what's in your way without judging, without fixing you. And then by knowing what you want, you can withdraw, you can see clearly your priorities. And you notice your priorities, you have them written down. And now, by simply doing those exercises, your perspective changes. Because you're noticing what drives you, what brings you alive. It sounds so simple, right? But I hope you can see already this shift from simply identifying, prioritizing, and by shifting the perspective. So when you know all of that, when you understand where you stand, what you want, you move into preparation. Now, if you're trying to be a speaker or you're trying to get a promotion, you know what your weaknesses are because you're on preparational mode. If you want to be a speaker, you know what qualities you need to adopt, what skills to learn. All of that is available to you. So it's clarity. Clarity is key in this process. And when you have clarity, when you have you prepared, you design a plan, and that plan will be the action you have to take. And this is it. This is the process. I hope you grasped how that process can help you in life, how that process simply takes one step after another and gives you more clarity. And instead of getting stuck, it brings you back to action. It brings you back to yourself. Thank you very much for watching.